What is going on? I'm zmoT. This is War Factory Day, and unfortunately, I forgot to load some squishy troops, so we've got some grenadiers loaded. Hopefully we can take it down with level 1 grenadiers. It's going to be interesting to say the least. Worst case, I'm going to burn through some more diamonds. Going to have to get that second instant training subscription, I do believe. Can't YouTube without it, it seems. So let's have a look. Lots of zmo's, those are going to be a pain in the butt. On the plus side though, all of the shield gens are over here guarded by machine guns. That's probably going to be a good place to go with the grenadiers, so we're just going to have to get rid of some doom cannons, and then maybe we can gren this. That would be magically amazing. Need to get rid of some rockets behind the core as well. This might just be the perfect grenadier stage for me. We're going to find out very, very shortly. These zmo's have bunches of health, so they're going to be a problem. The doom cannons also have a lot of health, so that's also going to be a problem. Sheesh, this is going to be ugly. I think we're going to come in and remove this stuff. Don't need to worry about the doom cannons until we get fairly close to those zmo's. Let's just try some grens and see how this goes. We're going to switch to be using the critter swarm because that is a good option for sure on this one. I'm totally just going to do this differently. We'll switch to a maxed level account afterwards and try something slightly different. But for now, let's get Everspark and some grens rocking and rolling. And then we're just going to farm as much GBE as we possibly can before we go anywhere near those zmo's. zmo's are just going to pick off troops ridiculously fast. They will definitely focus on the critters for a little while. But as you can see here, our grenadiers don't do a very good job of keeping critters alive. So we're just going to come over into here, and then we're going to walk all the way through all of these buildings, hopefully keeping critters out front. But as you can see, grenadiers already bunching forward, which is not a good sign whatsoever. So I don't have a lot of faith that these grenadiers are going to be able to go terribly far, but it's worth a shot for sure. I don't think I've ever done War Factory on YouTube using level 1 grenadiers, so I'm very curious to see just how far into this we can get, and it looks like the answer to that question is not terribly far. As you can see, grenadiers just miss so much, and with boom cannons, they're just not getting anywhere into this. So not a good choice whatsoever. This is going to be a complete and utter failure, but at least now we know that unboosted level 1 grenadiers against War Factory, not a super amazingly great idea. Not awesome to do on a live recorded video that I can't replace. And that's one of the things about this War Factory series is I literally can do nothing. I don't have a second HQ18 account on this time zone or anything like that. It's just me and you watching me completely and utterly fail on this attempt. Now the bonus thing, I mean, I guess we're not doing terribly, but we aren't doing as well as I would have liked. So on the plus side, I'm going to be able to replace my grenadiers with different troops. That's not a huge plus at this point though. So we're going to throw all sorts of GBE onto these doom cannons just to try to make it so that our attacks were not in vain. You're probably screaming to go left. Might have been a better idea to go left and maybe shock those machine guns. Or there might have been a little bit of space to get towards those doom cannons, but not a fantastically amazing hit. Probably one of my worst War Factory ideas ever. Instant training, definitely a requirement if you're going to do YouTube videos, is what this comes down to, I think. So next time you see this, I will have subscribed to instant training. Throwing the $14, yes, it's $14 in Canada. The currencies vary by region, obviously, so $14 in Canada, not super cheap, especially with a second instant training account, but for the YouTubes, you kind of require it. let's get some zookas out and see if we can't get into those things and clear a bunch of buildings out. I'm going to use Miss Sparky just because I want to try to hack some things later on in the attack. We'll just see how this goes. I'm going to burn towards the core. What I probably should have done is use my GBE on that back rocket or those front shock launchers. Probably would have been a good idea just to clear a nice little hidey hole. But I was not terribly bright, unfortunately. So what you want to do with the wonderful, wonderful troops that are zookas is when you're getting close to zmo range, just drop your smokes nice and early. And by doing that, you'll be able to hopefully save some zookas because all zooka lives matter. And then we're actually going to shock before we get to the zmos. Zmos are a complete and utter pain in the butt for zookas. So we're just going to do clearing as fast as we possibly can. Unfortunately, there was no way for us to activate that hotpot, so I'm just going to keep it shocked. Should have planned, again, this a little bit better. Going to move over and hopefully get that hotpot to pop before those back rocket launchers melt all of my faces. So this is going to be the worst ever War Factory video in the history of my War Factory videos. So hopefully you guys enjoy watching me absolutely bungle this. Haven't used the word bungle in forever. Not even going to get a chance to get Sparky out. So I'm just going to use all of my GBE on those back rockets just to get them marked, and just disgusting. Not good at all. Let's have a look and see. I feel like once I've gone down this path, everything just goes out the window. Should, at this point, if you've had 2 attacks like this, hopefully you put your phone down, walk away. We're not going to do that, or tablet, or whatever you play on. I play on an iPhone XS Max. Have not upgraded to the 11. Don't have a tablet, so phone it is. Now that the zmos are gone, if we need to get rid of all sorts of more stuff. So I'm going to get rid of the shock launchers on this attack. We're just going to use Miss Everspark. Not going to load any troops for the moment. We'll get into here, and hopefully we can hack these shock launchers. Going to step out of smoke a little bit early, so we're going to need one more smoke. I cannot mark those shock launchers enough to double hack them, because as you can probably see, these boom cannons that are sitting right on top of Everspark are fairly damaged, so we can't deal with the double hacks on this one. This is why I tend to hack before I drop my troops, because anything that's damaged, and that's where in operations, when someone throws a random barrage on random buildings, it just totally can screw up your attacks. So I'm trying to do things properly. Generally speaking, today is not the day for that, unfortunately. We're going to be very close on GBE after this attack. We'll see here. Are we going to have enough GBE? Yes, barely have enough for that last flare. So gonna need all sorts of this is why I always try to double hack, because you save either a smoke or a flare. But thankfully, I think we managed to get rid of all those shock launchers. That's a slight boost. Finally did something right. Now we're gonna drop all 3 of our entire zookas. Hopefully pick up 3 more GBE so I can throw 1 more artillery. Shouldn't be a problem, I don't think. Man, these attacks have gone completely sideways. I should almost switch to the maxed account and then come back. How long does it take to burn through? There we go. So, got our extra GBE. As soon as that artillery lands, we're going to retreat. We're in a decent spot now. Definitely not super amazing, but let's get some zookas loaded. Hopefully, we can finish this off in our next 2 attacks fairly easily. We're going to find out very soon. These rockets do not range our kill zone, but we still have to set up that kill zone. So there's lots of work left to be done. 30,000 health is not something to scoff at if you're a low level. So okay, let's get all of our GBE into here. We're going to get rid of these rockets. I think that should be about the right amount of GBE. Nope, we're going to need to drop at least probably 2 more artillery shells. Come on, artillery shells, get rid of that last rocket. Okay, now then we can't just retreat. There's way too much work to be done still, sadly. Lots of mines to be cleared even. With low levels, just all of these mines are going to be a problem. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to focus on the flamethrowers. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I don't have enough GBE to do anything. So you know what? All I'm going to do right now is just get all of my troops underneath this one smoke, let them get nice and close, and then we're going to remove some machine guns. This is just going sideways in a hurry. We have enough GBE for a universal remote and a shock, so that's what I'm going to do. We're just going to shock all of these things and hopefully clear our way into something useful. Just absolutely messy, messy, messy. I feel like I've complained about my own attack way too much in this last little bit, so we're just going to move away and hopefully get... Oh, I can't even get rid of that machine gun. So just ugly. Lots of work left to do. One attack left. Very, very different. I will do it smartly on my main account, but for now we just need to try to get some damage control. We're going to use brick because we need brick, and we're just going to... We've burned so many diamonds in the process. So this rocket launchers don't range. Reminder for myself. Need to get rid of probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 machine guns, 4 flamethrowers. That shock blaster is going to be a bit of a pain, but not a big deal. Just gross. Okay, so we're going to park in here between all of this stuff, clear some machine guns, and then deal with the flamethrowers. So I'm going to mark this machine gun because I don't want to go near that one. And then onwards and upwards. So I'm going to mark the machine guns that are furthest away from us. That way we get rid of those 2 first, and then we're going to walk over into here, and this is borderline into fail territory. So definitely need a little bit, need things to go very, very well at the moment. So we're going to walk up here, hopefully not getting in the range of that machine gun on the left, but we're going to drop a smoke just to be on the safe side. And then we're going to go 1, 2, I think is probably the best course of action. And we're going to get right into there. And now we're just going to hold our breath and hope for the best. We're going to shock like 1, 2, 3, I think is what we need to do. And then just clear all of the things at all of the time and hope that we can get rid of all of it. Uh-oh, I think I'm short on GBE. Yes, I am. Oh no, did not have enough GBE to shock the machine gun, so I am in fail land. Sad trombone and a half. That was probably my worst War Factory ever, but we're going to switch to a main account and I will try again, and grossly disgusting back soon. Wow. Okay, so completely ignore everything I just did. We're going to do this smart, and it will also work for HQ18, HQ, and lower. So we're going to do it smart and not stupid, hopefully. Grenadiers was not the answer for low levels because we just couldn't burn through anything, and zmo's would have picked them off, and Doom Cannons also. So now what we need to do is restart this War Factory. We're going to go to the right side, completely ignoring the machine guns, because machine guns and squishy troops are bad. zmo's and squishy troops are bad. Now, we're just going to hack stuff. That is going to be our first goal, is to hack all of the stuff. As you saw in the previous video, doing troops first is not a great idea because it damages buildings, and damaging buildings is not a great idea when you want to double hack. So we're going to bring Everspark in. As you saw there, only 2 smokes. Don't need to use all sorts of flares and re-smokes and all of that stuff. We're going to throw a double hack, hopefully. Now, failed on the double hack, but not a big deal because we don't lose GBE by missing a double hack, and that's why I always recommend trying to double hack. Here we go. Did not get a double hack again, but again, not a big deal because of the wonderful thing that is Everspark. If you miss that double hack, it just means that you go back under smoke and get to live and try again. There's the double hack. Always double hack for your last 2 buildings unless there's a shock blaster or 8 lasers in your face. There goes the shock launchers. Now we're going to throw our extra GBE onto these back rocket launchers. That's a pretty good start. Now, next thing we're going to do is just clear all of these mines with critters. Obviously, HQ18, you can't clear mines with critters because you don't have critters, but yeah, improvise GBE later on. Let's keep going, trying to get this down in an easy fashion because that last attack was just disheartening. Barraging things, yay, rocket launchers are down. We're going to drop Miss Everspark over into here, and we're going to hack this back rocket launcher. Almost lost Everspark there. Now we're going to double hack. Always double hack. I think I've already said that too many times in this video. That was crazy. I can't even believe how bad those last attacks were. I think instant training, having grenadiers loaded just threw me on a direction that I should not have gone. Okay, so there are all of the things in the right clear, and now we can just walk up to the core, basically. Heavies are not the right answer, so are we going to use heavies? We'll keep heavies loaded. What the heck? We'll keep heavies loaded. We'll get all of our troops over on this right-hand side, and we're going to shock all of the things because why not? These I should have probably not dropped my heavies. Again, using troops that I probably should not be using. Heavies against boom surprises, heavies against boom cannons are not something you really want to deal with because they're just going to get wrecked. And same thing against cannons. Throwing in some rifles would be a better option for sure. So if you're looking to replicate this right side attack, I would highly suggest using rifles and zookas instead of heavies and zookas. Heavies are giving us 0 benefit except for by those machine guns, and we don't want to be anywhere near those machine guns at the moment. So just going to head off to the right hand side. Now, as you can see, this is my second attack, so those low levels, this is probably going to be your third attack. Maybe don't want to use troops quite yet. I'm going to retreat as soon as these boom cannons are gone, and then we will carry on back to the landing crafts. Come on, dudes. Boom cannons are gone. Now we're just going to throw our barrage onto that doom cannon right there, just in case it ranges. I think it probably will, but it all depends on where we place our troops. Heavies are gone. Kind of a good thing, I suppose. Oh, just not feeling it at all today. I don't know if you guys ever have those days where like this, I'm not going to attack any operations for the next like 6 hours. I'm just going to put my phone down, do a whole bunch of work, and then I'll look at the operations later on. Nothing ending soon, so should be a-okay in that regard. We're going to throw one more barrage, 2 artillery onto that doom cannon. I remember checking, and I'm fairly certain it does range, so what I'd like to do is just get rid of that doom cannon. Try to simplify things a little bit. And now I just need to get all of my zookas into position to remove this boom cannon. Let's go over into here. We're going to throw critters because critters on shock blasters are a great way to neutralize them. And then we should be able to just walk our way to core. I don't believe anything's going to range us except for those sniper towers, and sniper towers not a huge concern whatsoever. So just walking to core, clearing mines using our wonderful friends the critters. Can also obviously clear them using artillery, barrage, all of those sorts of fun things. That hot pot is going to be a problem for low levels simply because you have no way of making it pop up except for by bringing Everspark. So highly recommend Everspark for when you get close to that core. And I also highly recommend having enough GBE to shock it because we're about to get ruined. Look at that, just getting wrecked by that hot pot. So shocking sniper towers, not a great idea when you have to shock hot pots later on in your attack. But nonetheless, just burning through the core, fairly straightforward. Those of you who have bombardiers and or grenadiers at a fairly high level, I would recommend going left, getting those shields and machine guns. Lots of fun to be had, but as you saw, level 1 grenadiers just simply don't cut it. Maybe if you boost some statues, that would be usable as a low level, but level 1 grens, high level defenses, not a good combo whatsoever. My worst war factory, I'm trying my best to publish videos regardless of how terrible or disgusting or bad the attacks are, just so that you guys can laugh at them and maybe learn something and show that yes, I am very, very human and my attacks are not always good. So learning squishy troops, whether it be zookas, grenadiers who aren't really squishy troops, takes some practice and some fails. Hopefully you guys are learning and getting better and crushing all of the things. Make it crab. Shadow has appeared. Anyways, that's it for me. As always, thanks for coming in and bearing with me as my terrible, terrible attacks of the day hopefully entertained you. Thanks for coming in. I'm zmoT. Peace.